beloved? So good to see you all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Peace and blessings to you all. Peace and blessings to you all. Durango, what's up, beloved? South Africa's in the building. What's up, South Africa? Got Marika in the building. Can you guys hear me okay? Ann's in the building. Ann, what's up, beloved? Tell Sky I said, what's up? Say hello to the beautiful Sky. Miss J.O., what's going on? I've got things popping in. France is in the building. Good morning. Valerie's in the building. What's up, beloved? So good to see you. Got Matara in the building. T. Benz, what's going on? Oh, you're so welcome, Becky. You're so welcome, beloved. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? Divine, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Hey, thank you for sharing that video with me, Divine. That was a moment, and that meant a lot to me that you shared that with me. That meant a whole lot to me. A whole lot to me. CDG, I see you. I see you. I see you, family. That meant a whole lot to me, Divine. More than you'll ever know. More than you'll ever know. More than you'll ever know. What's up, Rich? So good to see you. Red's in the building. What's up, Red? So good to see you, beloved. I know, Divine. That's all I was thinking about. That's all I was thinking about the whole time. I was so proud, man. I was so proud. I was so proud. I was so proud. I was so proud. So proud. That's not an easy moment to be all of what you've been working to be. That's not an easy moment. There's nothing easy about that, and you crushed it. I'm so proud of you. Reese's Pieces. What's up, Queen? So good to see you. Nephew's in the building. What's up, beloved? So good to see you. So good to see you all. So good to see you all. So good to see you all. What's up, Trina? So good to see you. Trina, I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute. I started to put an APB out on you, Trina. What's going on? Man, we got people jumping in the live already. We ain't even got started yet. Man. Good morning again. Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Do me a favor, you guys, real quick, share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. What's up, Sabrina? So good to see you, beloved. So good to see you, beloved. Do me a favor again, Pashan. So good to see you, love. Do me a favor, Bobby Chris. I see you. Do me a favor and share the live to your stories real quick, if you would. I appreciate it. Share the live to your stories. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out to the world. What's up, Monica? Luna's in the building. What's up, Luna? I appreciate that, Jerry. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, family. I appreciate that. Again, do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share the live to your stories. You guys know we got to put in the work. When it comes to self-awareness, we have to put the work in. Oh, Becky, I love that. I love that. I love that. Do me a solid, Becky, and send me a voice note in the community, if you would, and just kind of break that, walk me through that if you would, because those are the only moments that I really get to celebrate with you guys. So, please include me in that. Just send me a voice note and just kind of tell me what's going on. And please be as long as you possibly can be. Those are the moments when I encourage you guys to be as long-winded as you can possibly be. Because, as a coach, that's the only time that I get to celebrate. Divine gave me a moment, that I got an opportunity to experience something very special with him. And so I look for moments like that. Don't be short. Be long-winded when it comes to that. Lynetta, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. So good to see you. So glad you are here. So let's get busy getting busy. We got mountains to climb. What's up, Sandy? So good to see you, beloved. We got mountains to climb. We've got mountains to climb. Rhonda's in the building. What's up, Rhonda? Yeah. Anytime you see me shining, it's because God's light is on me right now. When you see me shining, it's because his light's on me. I can promise you when I'm not on camera, his light is not on me like that. So just know that. When you see the shine, it means his light is all the way on me. Marianne, so good to see you. So good to see you. So good to see you. Yeah, Lynetta, I'm telling you, as soon as I get off the camera, everything it go back to regular. I get on camera, it's like, boop. He like, listen, we ain't got time, but we don't do. I sent you there to be the light. I sent you there to shine. I didn't send you there to fit in the, everybody else's definition of who you should be. All right, we got to go, you guys. We got to get rolling. We got to get rolling. Again, Sefe, so good to see you, family. So good to see you. JBE, I see you. Good morning to you. What's up, Queen Rose? Good morning to you. Yeah, Neffy is but we got to go, you guys. So whoever, some people gonna come in and you're gonna be in the middle. You're not gonna know what's going on, and that's just gonna be what it is. That part right there, Reese's Pieces, happiness is within. How can you get happiness from something else when happiness is what you are? You got to just make that make sense. At some point in time, that's got to make sense in your mind. Like, how can you get happiness from something else when happiness is what you are? Like, how you do it? How do you get it from the car? How do you get it from the money? How do you get it from the house? How do you get it from the relationship? How do you get something from something? That don't even make sense. That shouldn't even make sense to you. How can happiness possibly come from something outside of you when happiness is what you are? I just don't get it. Honey man, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Yeah, you gotta love it. I mean, come on, man. I mean, if you just listen with your spiritual mind right now, that should make all the sense in the world to you. So how can you get it from the relationship when happiness is what you are? How can you get it from the car when happiness is what you are? How can you get it from the job when happiness is what you are? How can you get it from your friends when happiness is what you are? How can you get it from the money when happiness is what you are? Those things are designed to enhance more of what you already are, but they cannot add to what you already are. So that just doesn't even, I mean, what are we talking about here? That just shows you how much people don't know what they're talking about when they start talking about happiness. You chasing the very thing, you looking for the very thing that you are. And something else. All right, let's get busy getting busy. We got time for all that. We ain't got time for all that. We got mountains to climb. I'm telling y'all, we can climb the mountain. We can climb the mountain. I appreciate that, Nay. I appreciate that, beloved. We can climb the mountain right now. So I don't know if you got your hiking boots on. You need to lace them up tight if you don't. Jazz, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Octavia said, I'm ready, coach. What you talking about? Come on, Ray. Let's get busy. We got to get busy today, y'all. We got to get busy today. We climbing around. We ain't climbing the mountain. We're going to tear it down. Oh yeah, we getting ready to disrespect this whole line. Let me just tell you that right now. I'm getting ready to disrespect this whole line. I'm gonna just tell you that now. We getting ready to shut TikTok down. I'm getting ready to disrespect this whole live right now. So I'm just going to warn you right now. I need to come with a warning label. There's certain things in life that need to come with a warning label. I'm one of them. So if you don't like to hear the truth, you may want to scroll down the street where they dancing. They doing dances down the street. You might want to go be entertained by that, because I'm getting ready to disrespect this whole live. It's going to be wires hanging out your phone when I'm through. You're going to need a whole new phone when I finish with this live. For anyone that's new to the platform, welcome to the platform. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, emotional intelligence, consciousness. I specialize in helping my students and clients all over the world to become the most powerful versions of themselves. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? This book is a bestseller. The book is a game changer. The book will change your life if you allow the book to change your life. How can the book change your life if you allow it to change your life? Because what's required to change your life is belief. The only thing that can change your life is what you believe to be true. If you pick up the book and you have in your mindset that your North Star is set to belief, the book will change your life. If you pick up the book and you read it through the filter of your ego, you'll remain the same. If you read the book through your programming and conditioning, you'll remain the same. If you read the book through what you think and your assumptions and your opinions, you'll remain the same. But it doesn't just work like that for the book. It works like that for every aspect of your life. You see the world through the filter of what you believe to be true. If you believe that there are no good men in the world, you'll never find one. If you believe that your happiness is outside of you, you'll never find it. If you believe that you are your current circumstances, you will remain as you are in this moment. You can only see what you believe to be true, because that's how your brain works. Your brain is wired to show you whatever it is that you believe to be true. Your brain is designed to help confirm whatever your beliefs are, even if your beliefs are inaccurate. So what you should be worried about is not that person hating on you on social media. What you should be worried about is not the negative opinions of other people. What you should be worried about is, what do I believe to be true about me? That should be your greatest fear. What do you believe to be true about yourself? Doesn't matter what the world thinks about you, because their beliefs about you don't materialize. Doesn't matter what the people on social media believe about you, because their beliefs in your life don't materialize. The beliefs that materialize are the ones that you hold about yourself. That's the only thing you should be worried about. You shouldn't be worried about my opinion. You shouldn't be worried about your significant other's opinion. You shouldn't be worried about the world's opinion. You should be worried about your own. Because the most expensive thing you own in life is your opinion of yourself. That's the most expensive thing you own. Not your car, not your furs, not your diamonds. Your opinion of yourself, because that's going to either close doors for you or it's going to open them. Bottom line, you so worried about, we walk around, we so worried about what does this person think and what does that person think and what did they say? Damn all of that. That's not what's building your life. What you believe to be true about yourself is what's building your life. Because what you believe to be true about yourself is what's materializing in your life. So if you don't think you're the baddest thing walking, no one else will confirm that. If you don't think that you're enough, reality will send people in your life to confirm that. If you believe that you don't believe that you deserve all that God has created, your reality will reflect that. So it's all predicated on your belief. It doesn't matter how many affirmations cards you read. Doesn't matter what's on your vision board. What matters is what you believe. I don't need a vision board because I am the vision board. I ain't never had a vision board. What I need a vision board for when everything that's on the vision board is predicated on what God has put in me. I don't need no vision board. I don't need a goal. I am the goal. The goal is to unlock myself. That's the goal. My goal is not to be like someone else. My goal is not to chase people. My goal is not to discover or to receive validation from external sources. My goal is to understand that I am the path, I am the light, I am the way. And every single path I take, whether it's wrong, whether it's right, will only lead me to a deeper understanding of myself. So there are no wrong paths in life. There are no bad decisions in life when it comes to God, because everything is only leading you to a deeper understanding of yourself. You need to validate yourself. You want external validation? Go to the Ritz-Carlton. They'll give you all the validation you need. You want external validation? Go to the Hyatt. They're going to give you all the validation you need. You don't get validation from people. You validate yourself. Again, real quick, you guys, do me a favor and share the live to your stories real quick. And then we're about to get busy. Come on, Sandy, you got to let them know. You're the only thing you seeking. That's why you haven't discovered yourself, because you're looking for yourself in other people. Thinking that you need these people to add to your life, and you need these people to believe in you, and you need these people to choose you. You're wasting time, and you leaking energy. Because every person that you're looking for is also looking for themselves. They ain't found themselves. So how they going to help you get somewhere? Again, do me a favor real quick. You guys share the live to your stories. Yeah, we gonna disrespect this whole live. I'm gonna tell you that now. Live is getting trouble. Tears in heaven. What's up, beloved? Live is in trouble. We gotta go. I'm pulling off right now. Joanna, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Before I speed up, let me slow down. Before I speed up, let me slow down. This is for all my Mindset Masters family. I'm talking specifically to you right now. Let me say something before I say that. Before I say what I'm getting ready to say. It's an amazing thing to be emotionally bulletproof. It's an amazing thing to be emotionally bulletproof. That's one of the greatest gifts that God will ever give you. That's one of the greatest gifts that you will ever receive from Him. The day that He positions you to no longer be affected by people's negative comments, by their criticisms, by them projecting their pain onto you, the day that you become that version of you, it's game over. So many people are moving through the world, and you need people to see you the way you see yourself. You need people to like you the way you like yourself. You need people to be extensions of your value system. You need people to be extensions of your moral compass. That's prison. That's not power. That's weakness. You are not the most powerful version of yourself when you walk through the world needing people to see you a certain way. Because what you don't understand is that what God put in you will trigger people. Your greatness will trigger their mediocrity, not because you did something wrong. You don't even have to open your mouth. Just being what you are, when you have transformed into the version of yourself that He created you to be, you are going to trigger a lot of people. Not people that are awakened, but people that are still in pain, people that are suffering, people that don't know what to do when they see you. Your aura impacts them negatively. Your presence impacts them negatively. Your essence impacts them negatively. They don't know what to do with that. So the only thing that they can think to do in that moment is to project what they're feeling onto you. People don't judge you from their strengths. They judge you from their wounds. They judge you from their triggers. Think about what I'm saying to you. If you're moving through life and you need people to like you, you're in prison. If you're moving them through life and you need people to validate you, you're in prison. If you need moving through life and you need people to see you the way you see yourself, you're in prison. This is self-awareness. This is self-mastery. This is how you become a lion. Lion doesn't give a damn about what you think about the lion. It doesn't care about your opinion. Could care less about your opinion. Your opinion carries no weight in the mind of that lion. The day you start moving through life like that is when your life is going to truly change. One more time. People are not extensions of your value system. They're not extensions of how you see the world. They're not going to do what you would have done in that particular situation. So stop expecting your heart to show up in other people's body. People are not you. And that's what makes you strong. It's the fact that they're not you and they wouldn't do what you would do. So stop expecting it. Expect people to be exactly who they are. Confused, out of alignment, in pain, walking, talking reflections of their wounds and their triggers and their programming and conditioning. That's what you should expect. The day you start seeing people as energy and not as people, your entire life will change. Stop seeing them through the labels because the labels are keeping you blind, beloved. You calling this person your husband, but they don't act like one. You call this person your wife, but they don't act like one. You call this person your mother or your father, but they don't act like one. And here's the problem. You attach all of this meaning and all of this emotion to the label. So the label keeping you blind because it's keeping you blind to who's really showing up in that moment. No, you have to start seeing people through the energy they carry and not through the label. And here's the most important question you will ever ask yourself when it comes to people. Here's the most important question. There's only one question. Only one question. Do I want this energy that they carry in my life? This is not a math problem. You ain't got to think long and hard about it. It's the only question you ask yourself. Do I want the energy that this person brings, that they bring to my life? Do I want this as a part of my life? It's a simple yes or no. Get all them labels out your mind. Get all them titles out your mind. I don't give a damn if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your dad. I don't care if it's your brother. I don't care if it's your best friend. That person is energy. They are bringing certain energy to your life. You either want that energy in your life or you don't. It's very simple. When you start seeing people as energy and you stop seeing them as people, your entire life will change. I'm going to judge you and score you based on the energy that you bring to my life. Period, point blank. Your energy either causes me to walk away feeling inspired, or it causes me to walk away feeling drained. It either causes me to walk away feeling motivated, or I walk away feeling confused. You got to understand that. See people as energy and not as people, and it will change your life. You either want that energy in your life or you don't. If you don't want the energy in your life, but you still hanging on to the person, then you are the problem in your life. Nothing else. Nothing else. So we don't need to start looking for people. We don't need to investigate anything. There's nothing to investigate. Just know that you're the problem. If you move through the world looking at people through this filter, you'll never get confused. You'll never get manipulated. You'll never get taken advantage of. See people as energy and not as energy. See people as energy and not as labels, not as titles. Because why? Because the labels and the titles keep you blind. Oh, that's my husband, but he ain't acting like one. Oh, that's my wife, but she ain't acting like one. Oh, that's my best friend, but they talk about you behind your back when ain't nobody else around. That's the problem. If you my best friend, bring best friend energy. I don't need to put a label on you. If you my best friend, bring best friend energy. If you are my wife, bring wife energy. If that's your husband, they should be bringing husband energy. And most importantly, here's another important question you got to ask yourself. How do you feel in the presence of that person's energy? Does that person's energy make you feel secure? Does that person's energy make you feel, confident? Does that person's energy make you feel loved? Or does that person's energy make you have to shrink? Does that person's energy leave you confused? Does that person's energy have you questioning your worth? That's all you have to do. Come on, man, this is easy. We complicate life because we're too busy thinking. Again, real quick, you guys, do me a favor and share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Do me a favor real quick and share the live to your stories, please. If you haven't already done so, we're getting ready to get busy. Come on, Jay, we got to let them know, Jay Coleman. We got to let them know. But don't complicate it. Like I said again, the moment you start adding thinking to it, you're going to complicate it. You're going to complicate it. Right? Hooray, I appreciate that. Let's get busy getting ready. Now the live is getting ready to start. Forgive yourself for not knowing earlier what only time could have taught you. This is mastery here. Forgive yourself for not knowing earlier what only time could have taught you. If you're serious about healing, double down on that word serious. If you're serious about healing, there are 4 people that you have to forgive or you will never heal. Did you hear what I'm saying? I said, if you are serious about healing, there are 4 people that you are going to have to forgive or you will never heal. You might as well walk away now. If you are not willing to forgive these 4 people, you might as well leave the chat. This ain't the chat for you. Because you're not going to heal. And then you're going to blame me. I've been with Coach a whole year and I didn't get transformed. No, you didn't get transformed because you weren't willing to forgive those people. Here we go. Number 1, your parents. That's number 1. Your parents. Whether they be alive or if they're no longer with us right now. Whether they did the best for you or that maybe they fell short. They gave you life. Stand on that right there. They gave you the most precious thing in the world. Stand on that right there. Stop focusing on what you didn't receive and stand on the fact that you received the most precious thing in human history. They gave you life. Live there. Stand firmly planted right there. That's it. They gave you life. And holding on to what they couldn't give you will only prolong your suffering. Holding on to what they didn't do will only prolong your suffering. And it will keep you from your awakening. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to do it. I'm telling you what's going to happen if you don't do it. So I'm not here to tell you what you have to do. Thank them for what they could offer you and let go of the rest. Whatever they did, whatever they could do, thank them for that. And then let go of the rest. And then let me give you something else on top of that. Let me give you something else on top of that. Because we seem to forget. We all doing life for the very first time, beloved. Every person in this chat right now is doing life for the very first time. We didn't receive no instruction manual. There was no blueprint to follow. There was no self-awareness. There was no emotional intelligence. There was no self-mastery. There was none of that. God blessed you because he's putting you in a position to receive everything that your parents didn't receive. And if your parents were anything like mine, my mom didn't have self-awareness. She didn't have emotional intelligence. She didn't have self-mastery. She had a job and 4 kids. That's what she had. She had get up and go. She knew how to survive. That's about as good as it got for us. But from all of that came this. So it doesn't matter what your parents didn't give you. What matters is what are you going to become with the life that God gave you? God is like, I gave you the life. What are you going to do with it? Stop using your parents as some excuse for why you're not where you need to be in life. Because my father was never there. And I became the greatest thing. I became something so cold. I look at myself in the mirror. I can't believe half the time what I've become, considering what I've come from. And some of you guys are in that same boat. Some of you guys have become a version of yourself that you would not have become had your dad been there, or had your mom been there, or had that person been there, because that would have been more negative influence in your life. God removed them people from your life for a reason. He gave them just enough access to you so that you would become exactly who you are becoming right now in this moment. You got to stand on that, man. I wasted the whole first half of my life being so upset at the fact that my dad wasn't there. If my dad had been there, I probably wouldn't be this version of myself that I am. So that's number one. Forgive your parents now. That's a decision. You don't need to wait. You don't need to call anybody. You don't need to get them on the phone. You don't need to have some town hall meeting. That's a decision that you can make right now in this moment. Make the decision. But if you don't make the decision, and I'm not saying that you have to, just understand that you will never become fully unlocked. And you will never experience unconditional love. Unconditional love means a heart that doesn't harden itself to anyone for any reason. So if your heart is hardened toward anyone, just understand that unconditional love won't be there. And the last time I checked, I don't know a human being that's worth me not experiencing unconditional love, because I'd rather hang on to my anger. I'd rather hang on to my resentment. I'd rather hang on to the frustration. Where's the emotional intelligence there? I'm just asking. You have to move forward with your life. This is your life now. It ain't got nothing to do with your parents anymore. This is your life now. You making the decisions for your life. You hold the steering wheel to where you go from this moment moving forward. You got nothing to do with anybody else. Number two, the people you once loved, The first one is your parents. Number two, the people you once loved. The ones who didn't stay. And the ones who couldn't meet you where you wanted to be met mentally and emotionally. Just sit with that for a second. We harden our hearts towards certain people because they couldn't meet us where we wanted to be met. The key word is we. They couldn't meet us where we wanted to be met mentally and emotionally. So your heart is hardened toward this person. One more time. Number two is the people you once loved, the ones who didn't stay, and the ones that couldn't meet you where you wanted to be met mentally and emotionally. Wish them peace, beloved. You are the divine. Wish them peace. Wish them happiness. And then turn your emotional intelligence up and understand that they couldn't give you what they couldn't give themselves. The person couldn't be everything you needed them to be because they didn't know how to be that for themselves. Release that person from your mind. I'm not asking you to forget about them. I'm asking you to stop telling yourself a story about what they didn't give you. That's all I'm asking. So you wish them peace and you wish them healing. It sucks when you can't be everything that somebody wants you to be. That's hard enough. The person is probably punishing themselves that they lost you. But you got to release that person from your heart, beloved. And there had to be some moments where there was beauty. There had to be some moments where there was peace. There had to be some moments where there was love. Hey, you can't tell me it was all chaos. Hang on to what was beautiful and let go of the rest. And wish them healing, wish them peace. Stop reopening a door in your mind that God has already closed. Number three, everyone else who hurt you, friends, strangers, certain family members, and the people who let you down. You don't need an apology to forgive. So if you wait on an apology, you're only keeping yourself in a mental prison. You don't need an apology to forgive. You need peace in order to forgive. I want peace, not your apology. And what would I need you to be apologizing to me for? That's ego. I don't need you to apologize because you couldn't love me. I don't need you to apologize to me because you couldn't be everything I needed you to be for me. I don't need you to apologize to me because you couldn't show up for me. You don't owe me an apology for that. I owe myself forgiveness for not being unconditional love. I owe myself forgiveness for placing all these expectations on you. I owe myself forgiveness for staying in the relationship past the expiration date. I need to be talking to me. I don't need anything from you. You only showed me who you were. And I didn't want to accept that at the time. Yeah, I saw all the signs, but I was ignoring the signs. Yeah, I saw them. I did. But I ignored them because I was living out of my fantasies. I was living out of the illusion. I was ignoring the red flags, hoping for green flags later. You showed me who you were. I just didn't want to believe it. Jalen, I see you. Cat lover, what's up, beloved? I see you. Savannah, I see you, beloved. Yvette, what's up, beloved? I see you. Pepper Seed, I see you. You guys, this is about us right now. I'm just talking to my Mindset Masters family. I'm talking to the community that we've created here on TikTok, right? And this is about us. So that we can become the light for the world, there's some things that we need to let go of. There's some things we need to set down. There's some people we need to forgive. Because we are an extension of God. That's what you got to understand. And if his heart isn't hard toward anyone, how can yours be? You got to ask yourself that question. If he won't harden his heart toward me with all the things you done in the dark that nobody knows about, how you going to hold somebody else accountable? And how you going to be upset with somebody else when he ain't walking around feeling like that about you with all of the things that you done got away with that nobody knows anything about? That's what he's saying. Do it for him. Even if you don't want to do it for you. I appreciate the gifts, beloved. Even if you don't want to do it for you, do it for him. Because he's done it for you. That's all I'm saying. If you need a good reason to do it for God. Don't even do it for you. Take you out of it. Do it for him. Because that's his child that you rejected. Number 4. This is the most difficult one, beloved. Oh, this one right here. Oh, this is going to be a big ask. Oh, this might be the biggest thing I ask you for. This might be the biggest. It just might be the biggest. This may be as difficult as climbing Mount Everest with no shoes on. Most people don't know how to climb Mount Everest with the shoes on. Full backpack full of gear, all of that. Yourself. Can you forgive yourself? Can you forgive you, beloved? That's the most important one in the world because that's the one that's hurting you the most. Can you forgive you? You have to forgive yourself for the version of you that made mistakes. You have to forgive yourself for the version of you that stayed in the relationship too long. You have to forgive yourself for the version of you that ignored the red flags. You have to forgive yourself for the version of you that stayed past the expiration date, that tolerated the things that you shouldn't have, that wanted to love someone even when that person didn't have the capacity to love you back. And you tried. You tried to jumpstart the relationship. You became a shell of yourself in the relationship. You were doing everything that you could because you were really in it for real. And that person may have abused your love. They may have abused your kindness. They may have abused your generosity. They may have abused all of those things. And let me tell you the problem with that. It's caused you to harden your heart, beloved. It's caused you to say things like, well, I won't ever love another man again, and I'd rather just be by myself. That's your pain talking. There's no good men out there. That's your pain talking. I'll just be alone. That's your pain talking. I'm not going to ever open my heart up again to another. That's your pain talking. That's what I hear. When people say things like that to me, and I hear it all the time, that's your pain talking. Something happened to make you say that. You didn't come into the world talking like that. You've had certain experiences along the way, and that has transformed you, but it's hardened your heart. It's changed who you are. Let me give it to you in a way I know you won't miss it. It has changed who you are. That toxic relationship, it changed you. That verbal abuse, it changed you. That mental and emotional abuse, it changed you. The disrespect, it changed you. That person cheating on you has changed you. All of the betrayal it's changed you, beloved. That's what God is trying to wake you up to. He doesn't, when he's looking at you, he doesn't see what he saw when he first originally created you. He doesn't see that. You've transformed into the human manifestation of your pain. That's what I'm trying to wake you up to. No. What do we say? If it broke your heart, but opened your eyes, God calls that a win. If it broke your heart, but opened your eyes, God calls that a win. It opened your eyes. It made you wiser. It made you smarter. But most importantly, it led you to self-awareness. It's going to lead you to your awakening. It's going to cause you to become the greatest version of yourself. It's the entry fee to the life that you really want. It's preparing you for your next best relationship. You needed to experience that. You just don't need to carry the pain from it any longer. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we so focus on the other person but you still haven't forgiven yourself. You're punishing yourself for somebody else's bad behavior. You're punishing yourself for someone else's lack of emotional intelligence. You're punishing yourself for someone else's lack of self-awareness. You're punishing you because you didn't transform you into a different version of you because of something that someone else has done. Where's the wisdom at in that? Where's the self-awareness in you? Where's the emotional intelligence in you? Yeah, I know what they did, but what they did caused you to become something different. Now you don't even know what you are anymore. That's the point not to be missed. Shonda, I appreciate that, beloved. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Again, do me a favor and share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. JG, what's going on, JG? Let's get the lights up, you guys, so that we get the medicine out. CMA, I appreciate that. Suppress Lee, what's up, family? I appreciate that. You needed everything that has ever happened to you throughout the course of your life. You needed all of it, not some of it, not a piece of it, not a part of it. You needed it all. It's all a part of your spiritual contract. If you're not awakened yet, if you're not self-aware yet, then you don't understand how the spiritual contract works. But everything that has ever happened to you leading up to this moment is all a part of your spiritual contract. It's all a part of what you came here to heal. That's what spirit does. Spirit has to have certain experiences, either directly or indirectly, before spirit wakes up. So all of the things that happened to the people that lied to you, the people that cheated on you, the people that hurt you, the people that betrayed you, the people that verbally, mentally, and emotionally abused you, all of that needed to happen in order for you to have your spiritual awakening. If I take one of those things away from your life, it alters your timeline and you don't become awakened. Period. So God said, okay, I can put your dad back in your life and give you all these beautiful memories. You're just not going to be the person that I created you to be. Which one do you want? You want to become the greatest version of you, or you want to become the person that had your dad around so you can keep some memories in your mind that ain't going to do that for you anyway? Your memories is not going to transform your life. Pain is what transforms your life. Nothing else. Memories do not transform your life. Pain does. So which one you want? You want some beautiful memories that ain't gonna do nothing but to have you with the life you got right now? Or do you want the pain that you've experienced leading up to this moment so that it can lead you to somebody that's gonna transform the whole world? Oh yeah, we're getting ready to get into that. We're just getting started. No, I understand, Cass, but like I said again, everybody's doing life for the first time, beloved. We are all doing life for the very first time. Understand that. Your parents probably didn't have the emotional intelligence. They didn't have the self. You just now getting it. You are far more emotionally intelligent than your parents were. You are far more self-aware than your parents were. You understand consciousness at a level that would blow your parents' mind right now. They didn't have any of that. Stop holding people accountable for things that they lack. Because where's your wisdom at when you do that? That's all I'm saying. You can't blame them for what they couldn't give you. Your parents probably didn't have a lot of love in themselves because they were in survival mode at that time. Everybody's parents were back in that time. Everybody was trying to survive. They were trying to make it. They didn't have time to go study self-awareness like you do. They didn't have time to go study emotional intelligence like you do. They didn't have all this technology and all these apps and smartphones and all of the stuff like that that you do. Man, stop punishing people for everything that they are not. And start loving them for everything that they were. And your whole life will change. You sit here mad at the rose because it can't become a sunflower. You got to love the rose for being a rose. Can't get mad at the rose because it can't transform into a sunflower so that you can be happy. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with people. The person gave you what they could give you. If they could give you more, they would have gave you more. The $1 billion question is, what are you giving yourself? Damn what they didn't give you. What are you giving yourself? What's your excuse for not loving yourself unconditionally? What's your excuse for procrastinating all the time? What's your excuse for showing up small in your life? What's your excuse for hanging on to relationships past the expiration date? What's your excuse for not having a growth mindset? What's your excuse for not becoming the greatest, the strongest, most powerful version of yourself? I understand what theirs was. What's yours? See, we get quiet once we got to start looking at ourselves. Your excuse is programming and conditioning. Their excuse is programming and conditioning. I can tell you what your excuse is. Your excuse is programming and conditioning. You received certain programming and conditioning, but so did your parents. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. That part right there, cat lover, that part right there. Yeah, you on your way to become the divine. You get ready to change the world, man. I'm telling you what you get ready to do. You sitting here worried about what happened yesterday. You get ready to change the world. I'm telling you now. That's why you're here. We got home court right now. We ain't got time to focus on what happened in the last game. This is game 7. We ain't got time for game 6 energy. This is game 7. We ain't got time for game 6 memories. This is game 7. We ain't got time for what happened in game 6. This is game 7 right now. Get into what's happening in game 7. Get out of game 6 because we can't change it. We can't alter it. It's already cemented. Get into a game 7 mindset. That's where God needs you. That's where your power is. That's where your strength is. That's where your talent is. That's where your skills are. That's where your ability is. Get into a game 7 mentality. Get all that game 6 energy out of your life. You're going to lose the damn game focusing on what happened in the last game. I appreciate that, beloved. I appreciate that, Tasha. Thank you, beloved. Come on, Rich. We got to let them know, family. You got to get in this game 7. You don't understand that? Look at what's happening in the world right now. I mean, this is game 7. We ain't got time to focus on what happened in the last game. We can't change what happened in the last game. We can't edit it. Okay, that person dropped 50 on you in the last game. Okay, what you going to do in this game? Because this is the game we in right now. You sitting here, they dropped 50 on me. Man, we finna lose everything. Because you won't get out of yesterday and get into today. Get out of yesterday. Yesterday has already gotten out of you. Yesterday don't want nothing to do with you anymore. Tomorrow doesn't even want to know your name. Tomorrow's like, talk to me when you get here. Not before. You ain't gonna have God mad at me because you sitting here focusing on me. When you stop flirting with tomorrow, stop cheating on today with yesterday. You got to get divorced from yesterday. You got to get divorced from your pain. You got to get divorced from your suffering. You got to get divorced from who you used to be and get married to today. You in a full-blown relationship with today. Stop cheating on today with yesterday. Stop cheating on today by flirting with tomorrow. The same way that that'll get you in trouble in a real relationship, it's going to get you in trouble with the one you got with God. He like, how can you be useful to me? You always somewhere else. 50-50 zone. Yeah, you rooted in the present moment, but you thinking about the future. You rooted in the present moment, but you thinking about the past. That's called the 50-50 zone. You always somewhere else. No, be where your feet are. So he can utilize you. We don't want to be used in life, but we want to be useful. You can't be useful to yourself if you're always somewhere else. Focusing on what's missing and focusing on what you don't have and focusing on what you lost and focusing on what you need and focus on what you're becoming. That's where your power lives. Again, do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share the live. Share the live to your stories. If you could real quick, I appreciate that. Again, share the live to your stories, share the live to your stories. What's up, Kimberly? So good to see you, beloved. Yeah. Share the live to your stories. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. Baddest thing on the planet is you. It's not bumper sticker talk. It's not bumper sticker talk. The baddest thing on the planet is you. Failure to believe that is why you suffer. Failure to believe that is why you are where you are in life. The baddest thing on the planet is you. God gave us one model. He gave us one. He didn't give us two because we didn't need two, because the one is powerful enough to impact the nation. The one is powerful enough to change the world. The one is powerful enough to heal what's happening on this planet. The one is powerful enough. Failure to believe in the one will cause your suffering. Failure to believe in the one will keep you stuck. You don't need to believe in other people. You need to believe in yourself first. You motivate people, you inspire people, but you believe in yourself. I don't need you to believe in me. I need you to believe in you. Let me say this to you real quick, and then we're going to really get into this live, because we ain't nowhere near live. Like I said, I'm giving disrespect this whole life. This whole life is going to be disrespect. Just telling you that now. That part right there, Lynetta, you're the greatest gift to this world. That's why he sent you. We don't understand that. And failure to believe it is your number one problem. Failure to believe it is your number one problem. You don't have any other problems. That's the only problem you have. The only problem you have is the way you see yourself. That's what creates all of the problems in your life. The way you see yourself, your relationship with yourself is where all of the problems come from. We sit here with all this potential, but we won't tap into it. But you'll tap into that person. You'll tap into that dating app. You'll tap into the likes and shares on social media. You ain't got no problem tapping into all of that. You'll tap into Netflix and binge watch that for 2 or 3 hours, but we just won't tap into ourselves. Look inside of the box. That's what God is telling you. Look inside of the box. The gold is in the box. The gold is not outside of you. What's outside of you is created from what comes from the box. Let me say this to you. You can choose to heal, but you don't need to be fixed. We're going to stop telling that lie. And you tell yourself any story you want to, and I promise you, I won't say a word. But when it comes to, oh, coach, I need to be fixed, I need to heal, we're going to stop doing that. Again, you can choose to heal, but you don't need to be fixed. To heal yourself is to let go of the story that you are broken. That's all healing is. Let me give you it's abracadabra. Boom, here's the magic trick. That's all healing is, beloved. There's nothing else to healing. There ain't no secret. Nobody walking around with a secret. To heal yourself is to simply stop telling yourself the story that you are broken. To heal yourself is to stop telling yourself the story that you need to be fixed. To heal yourself is the story to stop telling yourself that there's something else outside of you that you need to discover. That's all it is. Because it's the story that's hurting you, not the situation. The situation is over with. The situation happened at one time. Think about an avalanche. I want you to think about an avalanche. So you and I walk up to this mountain. This mountain is massive. And you pick up a stone the size of my phone. You pick up a stone. And you say, Coach, I'm going to throw this stone at the mountain. So you throw the stone at the mountain. You threw the stone one time. But the mountain's reaction to the stone is what created the avalanche. It was the mountain's reaction to the stone that creates the avalanche. Freeze that thought. That person hurt you that time. Your reaction to that is what creates the avalanche in your mind that we call suffering, that we call pain. Your pain is the avalanche. Your suffering is the avalanche. The event happened one time, but your reaction to the event is what created the avalanche, like the mountain. You threw the rock one time. You didn't know all of that was coming. That avalanche ended up taking out a whole village down at the bottom of the mountain. But you didn't see all of that. And the same thing applies to your pain. Once that event happened, it was over with. But the avalanche in your mind that we call suffering, that we call pain, is your reaction to the event. It's your reaction to the situation. And every time you tell yourself that story, you create another avalanche. Every time you remind yourself about what happened, you create the avalanche. That's what I need you to understand. There are no more rocks being thrown, so there's nothing more to heal from. Nobody's throwing the rocks anymore. It's all your reaction and the story that you keep telling yourself about the first rock that was thrown in the beginning. That part right there, Lynetta, now you hurt yourself. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The rock wasn't a big deal to the mountain. The mountain's reaction was infinitely worse than what it experienced from the rock. That meaning, the pain that person caused you that one time, your reaction to that is causing more damage to you than the original pain was. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. And I'm not absolving anyone. I'm not saying that they weren't wrong for doing what they did. That's not what this is about. If that's what you're taking from this, then you're not listening to me. What I'm saying is that you are doing more damage to you than the rock ever could, than the event ever could, like the mountain. That's all I'm saying. That part right there, Ellie. Ellie, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Again, do me a favor real quick, you guys. Share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. The likes are low. The likes are low. That's why that part right there, BB, that's why forgiveness is so important. It's the most important thing in the world. Forgiveness lets you out of prison. You make it about the other person. That's why we don't forgive. We don't forgive because we think that forgiveness means letting the other person off the hook, excusing the behavior. No, that's not what forgiveness means. Forgiveness means that I'm no longer going to punish myself for your behavior. That's what forgiveness means. Forgiveness means that I'm no longer going to live in this self-imposed prison because of what you may have done, or your lack of awareness, or your lack of emotional intelligence, or your inability to control yourself. I'm no longer going to live in prison for that. Forgiveness doesn't mean I'm going to forgive you. Forgiveness does not mean access. Let's start with that. Because I forgive you doesn't mean that you gain access to me again. It just means that I'm no longer going to live in that self-imposed prison based upon your behaviors. That's all that means. We think it's about the other person. That's why we don't forgive. No, it's about you. Your heart is hardened. Anytime that you don't forgive, what do we say all the time? When the eyes are unobstructed, the result is sight. When the mind is unobstructed, the result is wisdom. And when the heart is unobstructed, the result is unconditional love. That when you don't forgive someone, you have an obstruction in your heart, which means that you don't have the capacity to love yourself unconditionally. No person is worth that, beloved. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not what it's costing you unconditional love. It's just not worth it, beloved. I'm sorry. I get that you're upset, but nothing is that serious where I'm no longer going to experience unconditional love because it's something that I didn't even do. That's a far worse punishment than what the person could have ever done to you. Far worse. Chantel, what's up, beloved? That part right there, Ellie, that part right there. But see, you wanting them to feel what they did, beloved, that's you speaking from your pain. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. That's why would you want that person to feel what you? Let me freeze this thought. Freeze this thought. Freeze this thought. Let me tell you how God looks at people, so we don't ever get this confused. And then whatever you choose to do with this, you can choose to do with it. Let me tell you how God looks at people. 3 filters. Were they self-aware? Were they emotionally intelligent? And were they masters of themselves? It's a simple yes or no. If the answer is no, forgive them, because that person was operating from their pain. That person was operating from their wounds. That person was operating from a place of where somebody had projected that onto them. Those are the filters. If you can look at me with a straight face and say, Coach, they were self-aware, they were emotionally intelligent, and they were masters of themselves, and they still hurt me, then I would tell you to hang on to all the pain you want to. But you will never be able to tell me that, because the self-aware person would never do that to you. So when you want to hang on to the pain, and when you want someone to feel what you felt, where's your emotional intelligence? Where's your wisdom? Where's your self-awareness? You should be more concerned with the fact that you don't have all of that than what they did to you. Because you're getting ready to cost yourself your whole spiritual future. You're getting ready to cause yourself your whole spiritual future, trying to hang on to some anger, want somebody to feel what you feel. Your whole spiritual future getting ready to happen because of that. Come on, I mean, what are we doing here? But that's just when we say things like that, again, we have to be careful. Every time you open your mouth, you reveal something about yourself. And what you reveal is, I lack emotional intelligence myself. I lack self-awareness myself. I lack self-mastery. That's why I want them to feel it, because I lack it within me. That's the reason why the person hurt you. That's the reason why the person was brought into your life. We attract certain people, unless it was somebody, I'm talking about from the romantic perspective or from the friendship perspective. We attract people that wear the face of our pain, that wear the face of our triggers, that wear the face of our wounds. See, we say all of that, hurt people. That's bumper sticker talk. People in pain will project their pain onto you. It's just that simple. What's up, Camp? So good to see you. So good to see you, family. All right, we got to get busy. It's all just projecting, you know. It's all just projecting. We got to get busy though. We finna get into this. We getting ready to go dig. Yeah, we get mad at the person, you know, because of what they lack, but you're not looking at the fact that you lack it as well. And the fact that unconditional love cannot possibly be in you. If you're making statements like that, what you're really saying to me is that I don't have any unconditional love in me, because it's humanly impossible for you to have unconditional love in you and want that person to experience pain at the same time. Humanly impossible. That's your real problem. Your real problem is the fact that you don't have unconditional love in you. That's more traumatizing than anything that person could have ever done to you. You should be more concerned about that than what they did. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, that should be the dominating thought in your mind. The fact that unconditional love is available, but I'm not willing to give it to myself because I want somebody else to experience some pain. Benjamin, what's up, family? So good to see you. So good to see you. I mean, if that makes sense to you, then I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to you. See, the only thing broken in your mind is the only thing broken in you is the part of your mind that keeps reminding you of what happened. That's what's broken. That's the only thing that needs to be fixed. If there's anything that needs to be fixed, it's that. The part of your mind that keeps reminding you of what happened. The part of your mind that keeps telling you that something needs to be fixed. That's your ego doing that to you. That's what you should be more concerned about. Because your ego already knows that when you're trying to heal yourself, that that's a human impossibility because there's nothing to heal. Who in you needs the healing? That's the most important question in the history of the planet. I can guarantee you it's one that you can't answer. You can't answer that question with spiritual intelligence. Nobody can, because there's no one in you to heal. Thank you for that, beloved. Think about what I'm saying to you. Who in you needs to heal? Just tell me who. Who? Who in you carries your pain right now? Who? Inquiring minds want to know. I've been doing this for 2 decades now. I still haven't met the one that carries the pain. I still haven't met the one that needs to heal. I still haven't met the one that's broken. It's your ego that needs to heal. And you'll never heal your ego because your ego only exists in your mind. Come on, man, you got to turn up here. I appreciate that, beloved. I appreciate that. No, your brain doesn't need to heal, baby. Your brain is working just fine. That's the most important thing in the world. Your brain is working just fine. See, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. Savannah, I appreciate that, beloved. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. And we miss it. Let me say this to you. Tell me what belongs to you. See, that's what the truth is. See, that's the problem right there. Let's start with the truth and then we can go any direction you want. Tell me what specifically belongs to you. No, your mind doesn't belong to you. Tell me what specifically belongs to you. That's what creating all the problems in your life. Tell me what specifically belongs to you. Because that's really the source of all of your problems. Let me qualify what I'm saying to you real quick. See, you've been programmed and conditioned to think that your body belongs to you. That's your problem. Your body does not belong to you. Your body is a perfectly crafted, magnificently designed, well-oiled machine. It operates without you. It starts without you. It will stop without you. It does not need your intervention at all. I can make the argument that the fact that your body works as perfectly as it does is because it doesn't require human invention, because human beings have mastered the ability to screw stuff up. That's what we do. So God took away your ability to touch your body internally at all. You can't mess with his design. That's why your body works so perfectly. It doesn't need you to do anything. And if you think that your body belongs to you, make yourself stop aging right now. Just to qualify my point. Stop yourself from aging. Since it belongs to you, you should be able to control what it does. Your car belongs to you. Can't you control what your car is doing? Okay, so control what your body is doing right now. Your body was a gift to you. It was one of the first assets that you received. And you received this body so that it can help you to carry out your mission here on this planet, period. God didn't give you your body so people could disrespect it. God didn't give you your body so that you can disrespect it. God didn't give you your body so that you can abuse it. God didn't give you your body so that you can ignore taking care of it like most of us have been doing. That's not why he gave it to you. He gave it to you because you were going to need a transportation system that would never let you down. That's why he gave it to you. He gave it to you. Does not belong to you. It's something that he gifted to you so that you can carry out your mission, because without your physical body, you wouldn't be able to carry out the mission. So what are you using it for? We use it to chase people. We use it to shine on people. We need people to believe in us. We need people to come over here. That's not why you came. Ain't got nothing to do with why you showed up here. We sit here and we let people abuse it. We let people disrespect it. We disrespect it ourselves. See, anything that you don't understand, you can't place value on. That's why we don't respect ourselves on a 5-star level. Because you will never invest in what you don't understand. You will never invest in what you don't appreciate. So we sit here praying for all these 5-star blessings, but God is like, why would I bless your life with more? And you can't take care of what I've already given you. You struggling with the 2-star life you got. Why would I bless you with this 5-star life that you're praying for? And you struggling underneath the weight of the 2-star life that you got right now. 3-star, 4-star, wherever you are. That's what I'm talking about. So what he's paying attention to is, how are you managing the most important asset that I gave you? Are you going to the gym regularly like you should be? Your body is working 7 days a week, which means that it needs to be taken care of 7 days a week. Now, you may not need to go to the gym every day, but are you walking regularly? Are you eating the right foods like you should be? Are you getting the right amount of rest that you need? Are you in alignment with your purpose, or are you too busy chasing other people, looking for somebody to love you because you don't have the ability to love yourself unconditionally? Are you running from your problems? Are you running from your pain? Are you avoiding difficult conversations? Have you aligned yourself with some person that's got you shrinking, got you turning down the volume on your voice, got you showing up small in your own life? Your life was the best gift that was ever given to you. And we got the audacity to talk about we bored with it. We don't love it. And I don't like my life. And I don't like all of these things. That's the most disrespectful thing that could ever come out of your mouth. God sent you here to be a gift to every single person that you come in contact with. Not to be the light, not for other people to need to be the light for you, but for you to be the light for other people. Not for you to seek love from other people, but for you to give love. We don't seek it. You came here to give it, not to seek it. The moment you start seeking implies that you don't have it yourself. Anything that you seek implies that you don't have it yourself. When you walk to your refrigerator, it's because you're thirsty. You're looking for something at that time. Why? Because you are out of water yourself. When you walk to your refrigerator, it's because you're hungry. You're seeking food. Why? Because you're not in possession of it yourself. The moment you start seeking something, it implies that you're not in possession of it. So when you're looking for love, it's because you don't have it yourself. The moment you start looking, he gets nervous. Do me a favor, you guys, and share the live to your stories. Do me a favor and share the live to your stories, please. Take care of the asset. period. Take care of the asset. That's mission critical. That's not open for discussion or debate. Take care of the asset. You cannot be more focused and more consumed on what the asset has created. The asset is the reason you got the job. The asset is the reason you got the house. The asset is the reason you got the relationship. The asset is the reason you got the kids. The asset is the reason you got the money, the car, the clothes, the jewelry, all the things that you have. It's coming from the asset. He gave you an asset that does nothing but produce. That's all it does. It might be the best thing in the world at production. Better than any assembly line that you've ever stood on. You are in possession of an asset that only knows how to create and only knows how to produce because it comes from the greatest thing in human history, your Father. Are you honoring the asset? Are you taking care of the asset? Are you loving the asset? Are you watering the asset? Are you showing up for the asset? Or are you too busy showing up for other people's assets? Baddest thing on the planet is you. Period. To entertain any thought is disrespectful. To entertain doubt is disrespectful. To entertain fear is disrespectful to your greatness. To entertain anxiety is disrespectful to your greatness. You only do those things because you haven't discovered who you are, beloved. That's the only reason why you do that. All of those things are indicators. Fear is an indicator, anxiety is an indicator, doubt's an indicator, depression is an indicator, all indicators when you are out of alignment with your highest and best self. All indicators. I'll give you what your therapist told you. That's book knowledge. I'm talking about spiritual intelligence. You cannot apply book knowledge to a spiritual being. Make it make sense. That shouldn't even make sense in your mind. How you going to apply worldly knowledge to an entity and to a being that's not of this world? Make that make sense in your mind. Just make it make sense in your mind. All right, let's get busy. Let's get busy. That part right there. This is. Listen, man. This is all kingdom mindset. That's all. It's all kingdom mindset. You know, we're gonna get into that right now. You know, we're gonna get into that right now. Do me a favor, like I said again, you guys. Do me a favor and share. Do me a favor, and he got my letter. I hear you, beloved. I hear you, beloved. Do me a favor, real quick, you guys, and share the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. BDM. Tara, you're right, beloved. You know, it's time. It's time. There's just too much going on in the world for you not to show up as the greatest version of yourself. It's time. It's too much going on in the world for you not to show up as the greatest version of yourself. It's time. It's too much going on in the world for you to shrink in your relationships. It's time. It's too much going on in the world for you to show up small in your own life. It's time. It's too much going on in the world for us not to reflect our Father. It's time. It's time. You got to be tired of being tired. Just too much drama going on in the world. Too many lies being told. Too much manipulation going on. It's time. I'm not asking you to do it for me. I'm asking you to do it for the one that created you, because that's why he sent you here. That's why he sent you here. It's time. Not time to shrink. Not time to show up small. Not time to not speak your truth. Not time to not be the most authentic version of yourself. If you offend people, oh well. The offense is in them. It wasn't created by you. The offense was created by their reaction to you. Oh, well, has to be your mindset. Give a damn about how you feel about me. Oh, well, it's not my job to change the stories that you created in your mind about who you think I am. Oh, well. Stop worrying about what other people think about you and start focusing on what does your father think about you. Are you moving in a way that's in alignment with the version of you that he created? That's the only thing that's important. Everything else is BS. Some of the stuff that gets said in this chat, man, just scares the hell out of me because sometimes the chat is a reflection of everything that's wrong with our world. That part right there, beloved, that part right there, that's a bar. I have to become the hero and not the villain. That part right there, beloved. That part right there. Diana, what's up? What's up, sweetie? So good to see you. Boom, let's get busy, getting busy. I want to talk to you about the most important mindset that you will ever develop in history. This is a kingdom mindset. I did not create it. I'm only delivering the message. I'm just the messenger right now. I want to talk to you about a mindset that was already planted in you. It's already in you. It's already a part of your DNA. You don't have to climb a mountain. You don't have to swim anywhere. There's nothing to learn. This moment is going to give you an opportunity to unlock something. I'm going to give you the formula. Whether you choose to unlock it or not totally belongs to you. But you won't be able to say you didn't hear it. If your goal is to become the most powerful version of yourself, if your goal is to truly, double down on that word truly, if your goal is to truly become the most powerful version of yourself, this is the mindset you need now. You don't have to do anything to get it. Just give yourself permission in this moment. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. So we're going to shut the door on that. Okay, we're talking from this moment on. What's that? What's that mindset? Excellence. That's the mindset. Excellence. That's the mindset. Not excellence as motivational speakers describe it. Not interested in that. But excellence as God defines it. I'm getting ready to give you his version through self-awareness of what excellence means. We ain't interested in motivational speakers. We're not interested in inspiration. I'm not even trying to pump you up right now. This has nothing to do with any of that. I don't want to pump you up because that's not going to do anything for you. The greatest danger to your future is not the future or the past. I said the greatest threat to your future is not the future or the past. Not at all, not even close. The greatest danger to your future is the mediocrity that feels acceptable to you. I said the greatest danger to your future is the mediocrity that feels acceptable to you. The mediocrity that you have normalized. That's hurting you more than the past ever could. that's hurting you more than the future ever will. Kingdom mindset. We live in a world that celebrates success, but not excellence. Success is applauded because success can be accidental. Think about what I'm saying. Success is applauded because success can be accidental. Look at all the people that win the lottery. You got a person that won $300 million, hit the jackpot, boom. There is success in that moment, but they still have a mediocre mindset. They're a success in that moment, but they still procrastinate. They're a success in that moment, but they still lack self-awareness. They lack emotional intelligence. They don't have the education to go with that money, but they're a success. And if you didn't know that that person won the lottery, and you just are walking down the street and this person pulls up in this Rolls Royce, you're going to look at that person like, oh, wow. But the person still has a poor mindset. They still have poor character. The money did not change anything. So success can be accidental. You can fall into success. You don't fall into excellence. That's the difference. Excellence is something you become. Success can happen accidentally. That's why so many people go to the NBA and then retire 5 years later and they are dirt poor broke. Because they came into all the money, but the person never changed. They never changed to match the money. They never changed to match the success. Like the person with the lottery. So no, stop chasing success. You got to chase excellence, because when you chase excellence, success is the byproduct of that. I appreciate that, beloved. Now, I don't want success, I want excellence. Because if I get excellence, success is automatic. But if I get success and I don't have the excellence, oh, I'm going to lose it all. So you got people coming to chat, coach told me how to be rich. Coach teach me how to get a Lambo. Okay, if I teach you that, you still the same. So you're going to lose the Lambo, you're going to lose the money because you're still the same. The version of yourself that made you ask that question is not the version of you that can handle the money. You heard what I said. I get that all the time. Coach, teach me how to be rich. Coach, teach me how to be that. But they never say, coach, teach me how to become self-aware. Coach, teach me how to become excellent. Coach, teach me emotional intelligence. Coach, teach me consciousness, because that's going to stay with me for life. If you're chasing success, you're chasing the wrong thing. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm chasing excellence, not greatness, because excellence is the next level up from greatness. I'm chasing excellence because that's what I come from. That's what my father is. That's kingdom mindset. Everything he does is predicated on excellence. Period. God is not great at anything. He is excellent at everything. So one more time, we live in a world that celebrates success, not excellence. Success is applauded because success can be accidental. Success can be circumstantial. Success can be temporary, but excellence is intentional. Excellence is demanding, beloved. Excellence requires standards. And standards make people uncomfortable. This is why excellence is admired from a distance, but rarely pursued up close. I said, this is why excellence is admired from a distance, but rarely pursued up close. Oh yeah, we all marvel at it, but how many people you know are chasing it? Look at your phone. You might be the only person in your phone that's chasing it. Everybody else is settling for something. your life. Look at the people that surround. How many people in your life right now chasing excellence? Living your truth. Don't put on for the chat. We ain't got time for all that capping. Don't put on for the chat. Don't put on for the chat. Give me 5 minutes of raw truth. How many people in your life right now are truly chasing excellence? I didn't say occasionally. I didn't say part-time. 24 hours, 7 days a week. Every time you see this person, they own the pursuit of excellence. Come on, I'm living the truth. So if I'm not chasing excellence, I'll never bring it out of you. I'll never inspire you. BB said me. I know that's right, beloved. One more time. This is why excellence is admired from a distance, but rarely pursued up close. Now let me say something. Let me say something, because if you miss this statement, you miss this next statement, you're gonna be confused for the rest of the life. If you miss what I'm about to say next, you're gonna be confused the remainder of the life. You're gonna be lost. Come on, Jalen, let's turn up, family. Let's turn up. Excellence is not a gift. Excellence is not a talent. Excellence is not anointing. Excellence is not personality-based. Excellence is not intelligence-based. Excellence is a decision to submit to a standard that you didn't create. Excellence is a decision to submit to a standard that you didn't create. And this is where the problem begins. Most people want the results of excellence without the discipline of excellence. They want the applause of excellence without the pain of excellence. They want the reward of excellence without the responsibility of excellence. God never designed mediocrity. That comes from man. You don't know a single thing in human history that God has ever created that's mediocre. Our mindsets, when we're not loving ourselves, becomes mediocre. When we tolerate the disrespect, that's mediocrity. When we show up small in our own lives, that's mediocrity. When we turn down the volume of our voice, that's mediocrity. When we stay in relationships past the expiration date, that's mediocrity. When we chase people, failing to realize that we're losing ourselves at the same time, all of that's mediocrity. Mediocrity is what we bring to the situation based upon our programming condition. It has nothing to do with God. God did not create mediocrity. Man created mediocrity. And that's what most people settle for. Let me say something to you. Everything God created was created to function at maximum intent. Let me say that one more time. Every single thing that God has ever created was created to function at maximum intent. Mediocrity is not humility. Mediocrity is rebellion against your original intent. Excellence is not about being better than others. Excellence is about being faithful to your design. I got people jumping in this chat. One more time. Excellence is about you being faithful to your design. A thing is excellent when it performs exactly as it was designed to perform. Excellence is accuracy. Excellence is precision. Excellence is alignment. And here's the point not to be missed. God has standards. Do you? God has standards. Do you? Because how's he going to have standards and we don't have it? Jesus had standards. Everyone that has ever achieved any level of greatness had standards in place. How you going to become the most powerful version of yourself if you ain't got no standards in place? Let me tell you something that's very important. Excellence is rare because excellence demands something most people avoid. That's the real problem. It's rare because it demands something that most people avoid. You want to know what they avoid? The courage to stop tolerating what is beneath your calling. Do you have the courage in this moment to stop tolerating what is beneath your calling? Let me say that one more time. I said, do you have the courage? I didn't say nothing about the confidence. Do you have the courage to stop tolerating what is beneath your calling? That's why most people don't have excellence in their life, because they lack that courage. Confidence comes after you do the thing. Courage comes before you step into it. Excellence is not what you do best. Excellence is about what you refuse to tolerate. It ain't got nothing to do with what you do best. Excellence is about what you refuse to tolerate. See, everything that you walk away from in life because it no longer serves you, that's that excellence mindset. I'm walking away. Boom, I'm out. I don't need to get on the phone. I don't need to call anyone. I don't need closure. I don't need to have a town hall meeting. We don't need to meet at Starbucks so I can tell you about what you're not doing. I have an excellence mindset. I have certain standards in place. I have a kingdom mentality. The reason why many people never rise is not because they lack ability. Not at all. The reason why many people never rise is because they tolerate disorder. They tolerate lateness. They tolerate excuses. They tolerate less than they deserve. They tolerate inconsistency from others and call it compromise. That's why we get stuck in life. They tolerate undisciplined thinking. They tolerate the disrespect. They tolerate the verbal abuse. They tolerate this person not showing up for them, but they call it love. Again, do me a favor real quick, you guys. Let's get the lights up so we can get the medicine out. Do me a favor and share the live to your stories, please. Share the live to your stories. Thank you very much. What you tolerate will eventually become a reflection of you. What you tolerate will eventually become a reflection of you. I need you to let that hit your spirit. What you tolerate will eventually become a reflection of you. In this moment, you are a reflection of what you tolerate. So you ain't got to start looking at the other person and talk about what they did or didn't do. It ain't got nothing to do with them. That's the problem. We want to point the finger at other people. No, you need to be pointing the finger at yourself, because that person can't make you tolerate anything. They can't make you accept anything. That's what makes you powerful. Nobody can make you accept anything you don't want to accept. Nobody can make you stay in a toxic relationship. Nobody can make you accept less than you deserve. All of these things are called decisions. So you got to stop blaming that other person for what you tolerated. Stop blaming them for what you accepted. Nobody can make you accept anything. Nobody can make you tolerate anything. Nobody can make you normalize anything. Nobody can make you stay anywhere you don't want to be. All of those things are called decisions. So you making decisions, but you blaming them. Make that make sense. I'm just asking you to make it make sense. You making all these decisions. You are making conscious decisions with your life, but then you blaming the other person for a decision you made. I'm just asking you to make it make sense. I'm not asking you to change your life. Not at all. I'm just asking you to make it make sense. If it makes sense to you, then it makes sense to me. I'm gonna buy your mindset right now. If it makes sense to you, then I'm gonna let it make sense to me too. We just gonna both be stuck on the side of the road, sitting here waiting on somebody to come love us and come appreciate us and come validate us and come show us the way and come save us and all these other things like that. We're gonna both be on the side of the road. I'm standing there with you though. I'm gonna stand there with you. I promise you, I'll be right there. I ain't gonna complain or nothing. I'm just gonna be looking at you the whole time. That part right there, silent. Just sit on the road. We just sitting there stuck. We sitting there stuck. We eating McDonald's on the side of the road. We sitting there on the McDonald's. We sitting on the side of the road. We eating McDonald's hamburger. We got a bag of cold French fries. We got a cold McDonald's hamburger. It's raining. We ain't got an umbrella or nothing. But I'm gonna be right there with you. You gonna say, one thing you're gonna be able to say is, Coach didn't let me down. Coach said he was coming. Well, yeah, I was standing there with your raincoat on and everything. Until you wake up. Sean said, I tried not to laugh. Cosmic G, what's up, family? What's up, family? What's up, family? BB, I see you. I see you, beloved. Yeah, we eating cold McDonald's French fries, but I'm gonna stand there with you. There ain't no salt on the fries or nothing. They didn't even give us salt. They said, y'all don't even deserve the salt. All that expectations y'all coming in here with. We get Benjamin, what's up, family? Y'all know I'm telling the truth. They said, nah, Coach, y'all ain't getting no salt. Y'all ain't getting no salt on these fries. Too many expectations. T Benz, what's up, family? They ain't even give us salt. I'm standing there with you. Let me say this though. Let me get back on it. Because this is important. Let me get back on it. Some of you guys are on that self-mastery, self-awareness journey. And I know this because I've been coaching some of you guys for a while now. But here's something you may or may not understand, or maybe you haven't made it to that place yet with respect to self-awareness. Everything that God creates operates by certain laws. I didn't know this in the beginning, right? Everything that he creates operates by certain laws. Laws do not negotiate. Laws do not explain themselves emotionally. Excellence is the fruit of obedience. It's really all it is. When you are obedient to your calling, excellence is the byproduct of that. It's really what it is, right? Excellence is really the byproduct of you being obedient to your calling. That's why I'm here for you guys every single day. I'm obedient to my calling. You don't ever have to worry. You don't ever have to worry if I'm going to show up. If I don't show up, get concerned. If I don't show up, just start calling the hospital. That's the first thing you should think when they call the hospital, something wrong. Because I'm so loyal and I'm so obedient to my calling that if I don't show up, something catastrophic happened. Something really bad happened. And maybe it didn't happen to me, but it happened to somebody. Something had to be so powerful to keep me from here. It had to be powerful. That's what I'm saying. Turning heads, what's up, beloved? So in this moment, you have a choice. I'm not going to put my thumb on the scale with respect to which way you should lean. That's not my job as a coach. I think that's disrespectful for me to do that. So I'm not going to put my thumb on the scale. I'm just going to tell you again, I think it's running by laws. I'm just going to lay it out for you. Whatever you decide, you decide. So here's the choice: to settle for mediocrity or to allow excellence to be your new standard of living. That's what you got right now. To settle for mediocrity or to allow excellence to be your new standard of living, starting from this moment moving forward. Again, get out of yesterday. Okay, let's not focus on what happened yesterday. We ain't got no business thinking about yesterday right now. That's your choices right now. To settle for mediocrity, and if you do, I'll stand there with you, or to allow excellence to become your new standard of life from this moment moving forward. That decision will determine the rest of your life. It'll determine the rest of your life. It's going to determine the quality of your relationships. It's going to determine the quality of your friendships. It's going to determine your work relationship. It's going to determine the relationship with your family. It's going to determine the relationship you have with your kids, everything. Everything will be predicated on that decision that you're getting ready to make right now. Let me tell you what's going to happen for a lot of you guys. You're going to be stuck. Let me tell you why you're going to be stuck. Because you're going to have excellence in certain parts of your life and mediocrity in others. And the two will cancel each other out, which means that you'll just be a more highlighted version of who you are in this moment. That's what's going to happen. Some of you guys are going to do it, and you're going to start because you might be inspired right now. You might be motivated right now. You might be pumped up right now. So you say, oh, I'm going to do it. But see, character is reflected in the dark, not in the light. Right now, you in the light. So character is going to be reflected. That excellence, God is going to test whether or not you're going to become excellent or not by what you say in this chat, but by what you do when things aren't going the way you think they should, by what happens when that person breaks up with you, by what happens when things aren't going the way you think they should at work, by what happens when things aren't going the way you think they should in your relationship. That's where it's going to be tested. So you can tell me anything you want, and it's going to sound great. But character is reflected is tested in the dark, beloved, not in the light. So I won't know because I won't be there. So will excellence come out in that moment, or will mediocrity come out in that moment? I don't know, because again, I won't be there. So you can waste all that energy that you use to type, yeah, I'm going to be excellent. You use that energy for who you need to become in the dark. Because that's where it's going to be tested. And the one you choose, watch this, whether it's mediocrity, whether it's excellence, the one you choose will be predicated on the value you place on yourself. The one you choose will be predicated on the amount of value you place on yourself. So there's nothing to do with anyone else. And here's what you really need to understand. When you don't give it to yourself, the world will never give it to you. That person that's going to come into your life next, they won't give it to you. The world will never give you what you refuse to give yourself. God is going to say, I gave you a choice. I sent somebody into your life to have a conversation with you that was divinely inspired. You made a conscious decision to show up small. You made a conscious decision to keep being who you've been. You made a conscious decision to not allow implement excellence into your life. You made a conscious decision to do that. So I'm not here to motivate you, because motivation is only temporary, beloved. I'm here to help you recalibrate your standards. Because if your standards don't change, your life never will. Let me say that one more time. If your standards don't change, your life never will. So today, I'm going to challenge you not to start doing more things, but to stop doing certain things. That's the challenge. Not to do more things, but to stop doing certain things. Because sometimes progress is not about addition. Sometimes progress is about subtraction. Subtract the version of yourself that makes mistakes. Subtract the version of yourself that likes to procrastinate. Subtract the version of yourself who's afraid to speak your truth. Subtract the version of yourself that's always saying everything is okay when you're really not. Subtract the version of yourself who's always worried about what other people think about you. Subtract the version of yourself who likes to people please. And most importantly, subtract the version of yourself who's afraid to live authentically. Just imagine who you become when we start subtracting all of those versions of you. Again, we add value to our lives, not by what we add, but by what we subtract, because subtraction is addition, beloved. Subtraction is addition. It's just addition in a different form, but it's still addition. That part right there, Cosmic G. Sometimes God doesn't need to give you something new. He just needs you to remove something old. Some of you guys are stuck, not because you need something new. Some of you guys are stuck because you need to let go of something old. Something that no longer serves you. And I don't know what that is. Something that no longer adds value to you. So one more time. Sometimes God doesn't sometimes God doesn't need to give you something new. Sometimes he just needs you to remove something old. Because you may have some behaviors, some mindset, and some tolerances that are silently assassinating your excellence. And until they are stopped, excellence will remain an idea instead of becoming your lifestyle. Excellence is not an emotion you feel. Excellence is a standard you enforce. And if you will raise your standards today, your future will respond tomorrow. You want to know how to impact your future? Raise your standards today. You want to know how to change the quality of your relationship? Raise your standards today. You want to know how to change your performance at work? Raise your standards today. Whatever you raise today will greatly impact your tomorrow. But if nothing changes, then nothing changes. Now let's talk about the first thing that you must stop doing if you are serious about personal excellence. Let's double down on that word if. Let's talk about the first thing that you have to do if you are plane crash serious, PCS, plane crash serious about excellence becoming your new lifestyle. Here's the first thing you have to do. Stop lowering your standards to match your environment. That is step one. Stop lowering your standards to match your environment. This is one of the most subtle, dangerous, and socially acceptable mindsets in modern culture. And let me tell you why we do it, because it feels reasonable. But to God, it's a violation of your purpose. Many people don't fail because they lack vision. They fail because they allow their environment to redefine their expectations. I said many people don't fail because they lack vision. They fail because they allow their environment to redefine their expectations. They walk into a culture, a workplace, a family system, a church, and instead of introducing a higher standard, they adjust downward to avoid standing out. But excellence never blends in. Excellence always exposes. God sent you here to be the light of the world. And light does not negotiate with darkness. Light does not apologize for shining. Light does not dim itself to make darkness feel comfortable. And here's the problem. Many people want the influence of light without the discomfort of darkness. Your standards should never be determined by your surroundings. Standards are determined by source. If you allow your environment to define your standards, then your environment has become your new authority. Let me say that one more time because this is important. People want the influence of light without the discomfort from the darkness of your past. That's important. The darkness of your past is what makes your light powerful. Your light can't be powerful without the darkness from your past. Your standards should never be determined by your surroundings. I don't care where you are. You don't adjust your standards based upon the environment that you're in. You raise your standards and change the standards in the environment because you showed up. That's what God is saying. Doesn't matter how low the standards are. That's why I sent you. When I sent you, the standards get raised. But if you lower your standards to fit the environment, then I just got to send somebody else now. That's what he's saying. How you going to change the world? You keep adjusting your standards everywhere you go. So your standards should never be determined by your surroundings. Standards are determined by source. Your standards come from God. They don't even come from you. They come from him. Because standards are interconnected to your purpose. You have a purpose, which means you got to have certain standards because of what your purpose is. If you allow your environment to define your standards, then your environment has become your new authority. And whatever you submit to will govern you. Whatever you submit to controls you. Whatever you submit to, you are a slave to. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Conformity is the silent agreement to lower your shape to fit a mold that you weren't designed for. That part's important. Let me say that one more time. Conformity is the silent agreement to lower your standards to a shape to fit a mold that you were not designed for. Excellence refuses conformity. Let me explain it this way. Here's the medicine. Here's the medicine. Here's the medicine. There are two types of instruments in every environment. Two. Thermometers and thermostats. That's it. One more time. There are two types of instruments in every environment. You have thermometers and you have thermostats. A thermometer only reflects the temperature. A thermostat sets the temperature. Most people are thermometers. They reflect the mood of the room. They reflect the discipline of the organization. They reflect the integrity of the culture. They reflect the mediocrity of the system. But excellence demands that you become a thermostat. A thermostat walks into a cold room and doesn't complain. It changes the atmosphere. A thermostat walks into a hot room and doesn't panic. It establishes a new standard. Excellence does not ask, what is everyone else doing? Excellence asks, what am I doing? What am I, not what are they doing? What am I doing? Hooray, I see you. I see you, family. That piece is important. That piece is important. Let me remix that piece. Let me replay that piece one more time. There are two types of instruments in every environment. Thermostats, thermometers and thermostats. A thermometer only reflects the temperature. A thermostat sets the temperature. Most people are thermometers. They reflect the mood of the room. They reflect the discipline of the organization. They reflect the integrity of the culture. They reflect the mediocrity of the system. But excellence demands that you become a thermostat. A thermostat walks into a cold room and doesn't complain because it changes the atmosphere. A thermostat walks into a hot room and it doesn't panic because it establishes a new standard. Excellence does not ask, Excellence doesn't ask, what is everyone else doing? Excellence asks, what am I doing? Because that's the only thing that matters. Whatever it is that you're doing is not going to change my life. So what matters is not what everyone else is doing. What matters is what you are doing. And that's what excellence is asking. You got to become the thermostat. Period. The thermostat is going to change the environment. It doesn't matter what's happening in the environment. If it's cold, the thermostat's going to change it. If it's hot, the thermostat's going to change it. The thermometer can only reflect what's going on. Most people are thermometers. Whatever the environment is, they're going to be a reflection of that. If everybody in this environment is broke, they're going to be a reflection of that. If everybody in this environment is struggling, they're going to be a reflection of that. If whatever is going on in the relationship, they're going to be a reflection of that. They don't have the power to change anything because they're too busy being a reflection of what's wrong in the situation. God sent you here to be a thermostat, not a thermometer. So if you showing up small, you a thermostat. If you tolerate disrespect, you a thermostat. If you walking on eggshells, you a thermostat. If you not, loving yourself unconditionally, you a thermostat. If you not believing in yourself, you're a thermostat. If you don't have faith in yourself, you a thermostat. If you got low self-confidence, you're a thermostat. Why? Because all of those things are the byproduct of the environments that you are setting yourself down in. It's a reflection of what you accept or tolerate or normalize. You got to become the thermostat. The thermostat walks in the room and says, okay, well, y'all broke in here. I'm not the one that's broke. I'm getting ready to make something happen. I'm going to find a way to make a way. That's what the thermostat is thinking. So whatever is going on with you guys is going on with you guys. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But see, when you are when you're the thermostat, it's crazy. See, here's what we got to understand. God is not asking you to change your environment. God is asking you to stop allowing your environment to change you. That's what he wants. He is not asking you in this moment to go and change your environment. He's asking you to stop allowing your environment to change you. Because when you stop allowing your environment to change you, you inspire people, you motivate people. But if you become a reflection of the environment, then now you need somebody to come and help you. You need somebody to come be the jumper cables for you. You need somebody to come pump you up and lift you up and motivate you. So he's saying, wait a minute. I'm not asking you to change the environment. Just stop allowing the environment to change you. Let's get there first. So no matter where I set you down, no matter where you go, the environment is not changing you. Right? Because thermostats don't change based upon the environment that you set the thermostat in. It might be cold in this environment, it might be hot in this environment over here. Thermostat's like, I'm not worried about anything. I'm going to raise the environment to be what I need it to be. That part right there, Musa. You set the temp on the relationship. You set the temp on the friendships. You set the temp on what you want from life. Set the temperature. And then stand 10 toes down on that. Set the temperature. Don't reflect the temperature, set it. Because if you reflect the temperature, that means that the environment is impacting you. No, set the temperature. That's how you become powerful. Set the temperature. That part right there, Lynn. Set the temperature. That's all. That conversation isn't going the way you needed to go. Set the temperature. The relationship isn't going the way you needed to go. Set the temperature. The friendship isn't going the way you needed to go. Set the temperature. That person is speaking to you in a way that you don't want to be spoken to. Set the temperature. I'm not afraid of losing you. Because losing you, I ain't lost nothing. You came in disrespecting me. That's the reason why we having this conversation to begin with. So you walking out of my life, I lose nothing. I lose nothing when I lose you. I lose everything when I lose me. I'm going to set the temperature. Now, you may not like the temperature if I'm getting ready to set it at. That's a choice you have to make. But the temperature will be set. I'm going to set the temperature. Now, you can choose to sit here, or you can choose to move out and go somewhere else where the temperatures are where you need them to be. That's a conscious decision that you will make. I will set the temperature. That's the thermostat. Set the temperature. The same way you do in your house. When you want it to be 70 degrees, you set the temperature on 70 in your house, or you set it on 68 in your house. And guess what that thermostat is going to do? You can go in your room and leave the window open. It can be in the middle of summer. You can go leave your window open. The thermostat's like, oh, I ain't worried about that. I don't give a damn how much heat is coming through that window. I'm getting ready to set the temperature in the house. When you set that on 68 in your house, you can go leave the front door open. The thermostat is like, I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that at all, coach. Leave the front door open. I got this over here. You go focus on what you need to do. Because I'm going to make sure it's 68 in here. I don't give a damn how much heat is coming. That heat is getting ready to meet that cold. Or that cold is getting ready to meet that heat. That's what you come when you become that thermostat. The thermometer, oh, what we doing? Where we going? Okay, give me this and give me that. Will you love me? Do you still need me? Do you still like me? Do you still value me? Do you still see me? That's thermostat. All thermostat talk. Some of you guys are hanging on to the metaphor too tight. Turn your spiritual intelligence up. You're hanging on too tight. You're trying to make points that don't need to be made. Yeah, some people just hang on. I wonder. I'm like, damn, y'all, and you in relationships? You think that's how you think, and you jumping all in a relationship? You last 15 to be in a relationship. I really meet people that hang on to my metaphor so tight that they miss the entire message because they so busy. Coach, that don't work that way, and coach, you can't. Come on, man, wake up. It's what's wrong with our world today. That's the same person that's reading the Bible gonna sit there and quote it for you cover to cover, verbatim. It scares me. It really does. It scares me because these are very people that jumping in relationship with other people. Some people just hang on to you. You listening so hard that you're not hearing. Sometimes we listen so hard that we block our ability to hear because you're listening at everything. You're using. We apply all of this worldly logic. This is spiritual intelligence. This is a spiritual conversation. Your worldly knowledge drops off here. So I'm not interested in what you learned from some book or what you learned at HVAC school or wherever it is you went to. So one more time, let me wrap up by saying this. Again, beloved, God is not asking you to change your environment. We have to start by not allowing your environment to change you. If we can get there, if we can just get there, right? So let's just get there. Because if you allow your environment to change you, then you are no longer what He created you to be. So stop reflecting the mood of your environment and instead become the standard in the environment. That's what He wants. Become the standard in the environment. That's how we change the world. Become the standard in the relationship. That's how we change the relationship. Become the standard at your job. That's how you become VP. Become the standard in your friendship. That's how you help everybody to elevate. Become the standard out in the world. That's how we change the world. Become the standard at the gym, and everybody's going to be looking at you. Become the standard everywhere you go because your Father is. He is the standard. If we know that, if we don't know anything else, he is the standard. We marvel at everything he creates. He is the standard. Even with the person, even with the atheist, I don't believe in God, coach. He doesn't need you to believe in him. He's not asking you to believe in him. You know how offended I used to get when I used to hear the atheists say that? I don't believe there's a God, I don't believe in God. God said, you missed the whole picture. I pray to him, talk to him. He said, you're missing the whole picture. This is why you need to wake up. You're missing the whole picture. Listen. Stop needing people to see the world the way you see it. That's problem number one. Problem number two. That person that doesn't believe in God in the way that you do is still giving God just as much as you are, if not more, because they love their kids, so they're loving him still. They love the dog, so they're loving him still. They love nature, so they're loving him still. They love their significant other, so they're loving him still. They love themselves, so they're loving him still. They're not loving him in the conventional way that you were programmed and conditioned to love him, where your love is forward facing. But the point not to be missed is that every single thing that you see is just some different expression of him. They're just loving him in a way that's not unique to the way that you do it. And so in your mind, you think they're hurting him. No, he's not losing anything. I'll give you a way that I know you can't miss it. Let's say I hand you $1, an actual dollar bill, and I tell you in 30 minutes, I need you to give me that dollar back. You say, okay, coach, I got it. But then you come back and you hand me 100 pennies. Well, you still gave me back my dollar, but you gave it back to me in a different form. Or maybe you gave me 4 quarters. You still gave me back what you owed me. You gave it back to me in a different form. Everything that you love, you are loving God in a different form. It's still love. It's just love in a different form. So the atheists, even though in their blindness, even with their lack of self-awareness, they are still loving him. But they are loving him in a different form. They're not loving him in a way that you love him. But they're still loving him all the same. And the day I understood that, I looked at the atheists different and I started to feel sorry for them. Because in their mind, they think they're rejecting him. So I no longer get upset because I understand that everything that I'm giving God, they're giving God too. They're just giving it to him in a different way. That's what self-awareness taught me. They're still loving him, just in a different way. Does that make sense? So when you look at the atheist, just kind of chuckle to yourself. Because they don't realize it. And once I fully understood that, I was like, and I'm going to tell you another thing about the atheist that should make you feel, Silver CEO, I appreciate that, beloved. I'm going to tell you another thing about the atheist that should really soften your heart toward them, or anybody like that, the agnostic, whatever. Let me tell you something. They don't believe in God based upon the way that they've been introduced to him. I don't blame them at all. And if you had access to the people that taught God, that taught that atheist God, you probably wouldn't believe in him either. That atheist came in contact with some people that didn't know what they were talking about. And the things that they were teaching this individual when they were a small child or whatever the case may be didn't make sense in the mind of that child. Certain things didn't make sense because the person was going off of their programming and conditioning and how somebody, so one more time, when there's chaos in your mind, there's chaos coming out of your mouth. When there's confusion in your mind, there's confusion coming out of your mouth. And that's what they fed that person. They fed that person confusion. The person couldn't describe who God is or what God is because they hadn't discovered it in themselves. And so that person grows up saying, well, none of that makes sense to me. That's what the atheist is not rejecting God. They're rejecting a version of God that was taught to them. But you got to wake up, beloved. That should put compassion in your heart right now. That should soften your heart right now. They're not rejecting God. And the reason why they're not rejecting God because they ain't never met him. They don't know him. They know someone else's concept of him. They know the stories that somebody else has told them about who he is and what he is and how he works and all these other things. Like that's what they're rejecting. They're not rejecting God. And that's what God revealed to me. He said, they ain't rejected me. I'll give you a way to it. I'll give it to you a way I know you don't miss it. There was a time in your life when you got into it with someone for whatever the reason doesn't matter, but you got into it with someone and the person wronged you. And so you stopped talking to this particular individual. But the individual that you stopped talking to, they also had a friend. And they didn't tell the friend the truth. They told the friend their version of the truth, which made you the villain in the situation. And so that person that they were talking to stopped liking you. They developed all this angst and all this hatred toward you. Not because they knew the real you, because they never met you, but because they were going off of a story that was told to them by someone else. And then one day something happened. Maybe you were at a party, you were at some event, and you came in contact with this person. And they had an opportunity to meet you for the very first time. And let me tell you what they probably said to you. You are nothing like what I was told. They were blown away in that moment because all of the stories that they were told didn't match the version of you that they had an opportunity to meet for themselves. That's what it's like when it comes to God, beloved. We're hanging on to stories that this person said and this person made up and this person made up. And that's the reason why the atheists lack the belief in him, not because they know him personally. They're not rejecting him personally. They're rejecting a story that they heard from somebody else that just didn't match in their mind. So that makes me soften my heart toward them. It doesn't make me harden my heart. It makes me soften my heart. I had an opportunity to get to know him. I had an opportunity to meet him within myself. And so I don't have to borrow other people's stories anymore. You don't need to preach to me about him. I don't need to believe in him because I know him. See, when you have knowing, belief is no longer required. When you have knowing, faith is no longer required. I don't need those things anymore. I needed those things to get me to him. But once you get to him, then knowing has to take over. Because when knowing takes over, there's no more fear. When knowing takes over, there's no more depression. When knowing takes over, there's no more anxiety because you have knowing. But if you only have belief, then there's still space there. And that's what scares me because most people believe in him because they don't know him. But those are the very people that are preaching to you. All right. I am going to set my mic down right there. For all of the people in the Mindset Masters community, I am going to give you guys this piece on excellence. Excellence has to become the standard for our new community. Excellence, or not our new community, I apologize, for our community. Excellence, Lynetta, thank you, beloved. Lynetta, I need you to eat this up like I know you will. Especially for where you're going and who you are becoming in this next chapter. And this, I need you to eat, sleep, and breathe this. I need you to do that for me. If you don't do nothing else for me, beloved, I need you to do that for me. Because if I know if you do that for me, and you will, I know you will. I have absolute maximum. I have knowing. I don't have belief. But if you do that, I know where you're going and what you're getting ready to become. It's guaranteed, right? So that's important, but that has to be the community standard, you guys, for Mindset Masters. We need two things. We need the excellence. We need discipline. So you guys in your shadow boxing groups, this is a piece you guys don't want to go over. The discipline pieces that I've given you guys, you want to go over. Like these two things have to be the mindset, because that excellence and that discipline is going to take you all over the world twice. Okay. So that's important. Real quick before we zone out, for anyone that is new to the platform,